Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with some more Starcraft 2, and it's Starcraft 2 2v2. You guys really like the past 2v2 that I cast. And actually, in this game, it's going to be like, I cast one 2v2 that you guys really liked a while back, and so I thought, it's going to be awesome to be able to cast the same guys. So, spawning up in the right-hand side of the map, it's ByuN. And his teammate and his friend, I believe, it's Patience. Yeah, these two guys have played a bit of 2v2 before together, and they're good friends from what you can see, but their opponents, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's uThermal-Elazer and his teammate, Liquid uThermal. So we've got a group of foreigners taking on some Korean pros. Although, sadly, ByuN did recently announce his retirement, so maybe these guys are just playing a 2v2 cup for fun. But, oh, look at that. Patience starting off with a gas steal, apparently making whoever Holy Animal is quit the game. He saw that and said, nope, enough of that. But Patience being a bit of a pain with his probe, scouting out. One of the very nice things about 2v2 is collaborating with your teammate about how you scout, because one worker can really do most of the work, so it's like, all right, who's going to invest in that early scout and whatnot? However, both these teams, the map is Shrines of Lizul. In the previous 2v2 series I cast, which was Tasia and MC versus Trap and Cure, there's a lot of aggression on this map, and that seems to be staying true here. Now, Elazer's taken the gold base, whereas his teammate's going to be making a lot of Reapers. ByuN, of course, is going to be making a lot of Reapers too, though, because he's just ByuN, and he's like the Reaper man. So we'll see how this is going to work out between Elazer and ByuN. Now, Patience on his side of the map, though, he's just getting up a fast Cybercore, getting up another gateway. We'll see what he's going into. Now, it's been arguably said that Protoss is weak in the 2v2 matchup, and Terran and Zerg definitely is a very nice combo, but we'll see what Patience is going to bring out here, how he's going to sort of work with ByuN. ByuN's bringing out a lot of aggression here, but I mean, the general rule of thumb is that you want to fight with your teammate. ByuN already gets a drone, which is very nice. However, uThermal's Reaper's coming on in here, and ByuN's Reaper actually gets trapped. Is it going to get out? Losing a Reaper early on, and Reaper versus Reaper is a massive loss. And so far, it looks like that ByuN's in a lot of trouble here. His first and second Reaper both have gone down. He's got, well, there's an Adept rallying over to uThermal's side of the map, which is actually very nice. Patience opting to go for one Adept, now getting out two Stalkers and a Robo behind this, but three Reapers can probably take on an Adept, I imagine. I'm not 100% sure on the exact math, but this is a very nice opening. Now, well, actually, Patience's gas steal versus uThermal is absolutely huge, by the way, guys. It's actually forced uThermal to expand, because you can only produce off two barracks making Reapers off one gas. So uThermal not able to maximize his production here. So that actual gas steal for Patience doing a lot in the early game for ByuN and Patience. ByuN also expanding, so that this opening wasn't as aggressive as I thought. However, Patience is gearing up for some aggression. It looks like it's going to be a very classical 3 or 4 gate. We'll see if he throws up another, but getting up that Warp Prism, a lot of Stalkers. Now, this is something that can work versus Terran, and oh, look at this. Elazer's Lings are cleaning out uThermal's refinery. That is so nice. But, so wholesome, you know. But, ByuN getting up to Stim, so he is going to be just transitioning into this bio. He's got up a fair few Reapers back at home just for defense and whatnot. But, then also getting up his command center. uThermal also getting up his command center as well. So both these guys expanding. Now Patience, so he's getting up a Twilight behind this. And he's not, well, okay, now maybe he's thinking of moving out. But oh my god, Elazer trying to crash on in here. uThermal's Reaper's coming up from the other side. Patience in a panic, throwing up a shield battery, but that gets shut down. However, that force field, the fact that he had a sentry really saved his bacon there. ByuN's Reapers tried to make the dive across the map to come on and help out. So far, they're going to be doing just that, but now maybe the players are thinking, all right, we can go to ByuN's side of the map, who has absolutely nothing, and oh, it's command center maybe canceled. It looks like it is. ByuN coming out with his Reapers to try and kite, but Patience's own force field working against him. This is looking good for Elazer ByuN, because ByuN, or Elazer uThermal, because ByuN's command center is going to be canceled. His SCVs are running out of his base. Elazer's Lings are running all over the place, and oh, it looks like they're going to get into the main base of Patience, who didn't have a Zealot or something, and this is actually terrible for the blue team right now. ByuN is finally getting back to mining. He's got Stim on the way, which is going to help him out tremendously, but uThermal and Elazer are just committing here. I mean, ByuN was maybe thinking of macroing up, but when sort of getting up to higher tech, but these players said, no, 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 none of that. And it looks like Patience and ByuN actually tapping out, so Elazer and uThermal take that first game. Guys, but it's not over yet. This is going to be a best of 5, so I'm going to be casting the remaining games from that, so I'm just going to load right on into the next one. And I think I actually, in the last one, I sort of split it up into 2 videos. This time, I'm going to do the full series, just because splitting up like a best of 5 on YouTube isn't something that's, it ain't cool. And we're going to be starting off the new year right, because this is indeed my New Year's Eve cast. We'll see if I'll be doing a New Year's Day one tomorrow. Who knows how that's going to turn out. But all right, it's the red team spawning on the right-hand side of the map. Ulzon. It's Elazer and his teammate Liquid uThermal. Both these guys in Korea, by the way. So this is just like a Korean server match. So now spawning up the top left-hand side of the map, it's ByuN and his teammate. It's Patience. So in a way, it's Korea versus the world in this, but it's also sort of like it's weird for me to say, it's kind of like the old dogs versus the new, despite both. It kind of fits, because Elazer and uThermal are very, very, like, they're very prominent players in the WCS scene, whereas Patience back in the day, he was really tearing up tournaments, but hasn't had too many results lately since like 2016, honestly. And then ByuN, of course, we all know how the peak that ByuN managed to hit. Now, one of these players beaconing to these expansions, saying, oh, there's expansions on here. It's not surprising that players might not be too familiar with, you know, the ins and outs of 2v2, but looking at this so far, Elazer is going to be expanding. And I just remembered something, guys. I've actually cast Elazer in a 2v2 before. This is going to be, you know, while the game's just heating up. Elazer participated in that show match I did. It was Poland versus France, and I believe it was Mana Elazer versus Clem and Denver. And yeah, so this is not the first 2v2 I've cast of Elazer. But all right, so Elazer and uThermal, we'll see what they're gonna bring out this time. Elazer expanding, it doesn't matter the matchup. Elazer's going to expand, that's a given. Now look at this though, Patience. Being a pain, once again, going for that gas steal, uThermal not blocking that or anything, so I guess that's just a Patience preference. But Elazer just going for a standard hatch into pool. This is like, if there's a Zerg who's ever been committed to this build, it's Elazer. Now, uThermal starting his command center in the safe location, whereas Elazer going outwards, probably for that creep spread. Now, we'll see. There's no expo on ByuN or Patience's side of the map. Reaper of ByuN's going to shut down uThermal scouting SCV. And so yeah, both these players going to be one-basing it. And the Stargate's already on the way for Patience, but that was actually scouted by uThermal's SCV that got in, so that's very huge. He didn't see anything of ByuN, so he's in the dark a little bit about that. Well, they do know that there's no expansion at the back because, oh, look at this. Oh, Ling's just killing off that refinery, but no, as I was saying, look at this. Elazer's Overlord actually so key here, being able to see expansion timings. This is actually so massive. But then we actually see one of these players, I believe, who is Teal? That was Patience beacon this Overlord, so we'll see if they get anything over there to kill it, but they don't actually have many units. They don't actually have a unit that shoots up on their team, so this Overlord's got free reign. Now, Patience expanding, but actually expanding out, interestingly enough, maybe trying to keep this a little bit of a secret. His Adept got into the base of his opponent, scouting out, but looks like he's gonna be done for, basically. He's gonna scout out. But Elazer also double expanding now. ByuN's actually got 2 Reapers on Elazer's side of the map, actually gonna kill off 2 drones, which is nice. We'll see if those Reapers are able to get on out. The 2 Reaper meta thing is sort of becoming kind of weird, but hey, it's working now. We've already seen an Oracle out for Patience. We'll see what it's able to find. He's making another. A Banshee's on the way for ByuN. So these guys really rushing that sort of early air tech. And this first Oracle for Patience is going to fly into the natural of uThermal. We'll see what it's able to get done. Is it going to go for those SCVs? There's no Widowmine there, so yes it is. SCVs are in trouble. 2 have gone down. Of course, the Oracle not as good versus SCVs as it used to be. So, all right, we're seeing a few SCVs die. But what else is this Oracle going to get done, and what will ByuN's follow-up get done? We're seeing a shield battery. on the way for Patience back at home, I guess just for safety, which is honestly a bit odd because he chose to expand out. He actually kind of just walled himself out. He's really just trying to keep out uThermal's Hellions. So there's just so much going on in 2v2, guys. I'm trying to keep track. You've got like, hold on, what's the key? Yeah, the APM. Like, that's a lot of actions per minute going on this map. So there's like 1,000 APM going on all the time, no matter what. That's just insane. Now, Banshee for ByuN getting into uThermal's base. There's a Widow Mine there, but I don't believe a Widow Mine one-shots the Banshee. Guys, this is honestly something that I should know as a Terran, but Widow Mine's not too often facing Banshees. But no, yeah, so I believe it does actually take more than one shot to kill a Banshee with a mine, because they do like 120 damage or so. Or one, yeah. But no, this Banshee's actually getting so much done here for ByuN. Meanwhile, Patience just gone up to 3 Oracles, making another, so he's going mass Oracle. But oh, this Banshee gonna fly on in. There's another Widow Mine there. The scan, there we go. Yeah, 2 Widow Mines to kill that Banshee off. But no, that was a lot of damage getting done for ByuN. And Patience's Oracles are gonna come on in. He's looking for Widow Mines. He's really paranoid, but no, he's actually just not gonna commit on there despite having the opportunity. He may snap up a Queen here, and it looks like that's exactly what he's gonna do. Gonna get that Queen. Maybe he'll focus down a drone. No, he's gonna opt to get on home. We're seeing a lot of Lings are moving across the map, and of course Patience did expand to that low ground for some reason. So it's going to be a little bit vulnerable, but there's a few Marines and 4 Adepts, and okay, 2 tanks on the high ground, shut down those Lings. So this is actually going pretty well for ByuN-Patience this game. The one concern for them, I'd have to say, is that sort of runaway Zerg macro train of Elazer. I mean, if we look at the worker count, Elazer's just significantly ahead. uThermal is down as he's taking a beating. He has yet another Banshee Plaza, and then no detection for this. And, oh yeah, this is actually so much damage getting done by ByuN's Banshee. And oh my god, the Oracle's coming on in too. This is actually just a uThermal massacre going on right now. And uThermal leaves the game, and Elazer taps on out too. Alright, so ByuN-Patience managed to tie things up in this best of 5. So we'll hop right on into the next game. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah, no cuts. We're doing it live. Okay, so yeah. This is from the first round. So this is actually not a best of 5, guys. I do apologize. This is a best of 3. I was just checking things out. So it's ByuN-Patience on the blue team, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map of Emerald City. Those guys looking rather blue. Although I'm sure they're quite happy they won that last game. Now spawning on the right-hand side of the map, it's the red team. It's Elazer and uThermal. Hope you guys are enjoying this 2v2 just while things are hopping up. I'll make a little point here. I've got a lot of 2v2 replays to cast from this tournament, guys, and it's high-level 2v2. It's not something that you get your hands on every day, but just because, I mean, it's just not a thing, really. Players, like, there's not too often 2v2 cups. Every now and then, like, a tournament organizer will throw one together, like Zerg TV did with this tournament. So it's awesome that I'm able to cast all these games, but I think for the time being, unless someone says, no, don't do that in the comments, or if you guys say that, but I think I'm just going to be alternating, like 1v1 casts every day, or 1v1 casts one day, 2v2 the other, until I've gone through all the 2v2 replays, and then we'll see what else is on the cards. Of course, there'll be all the tournament replays and everything within that. But no. As far as this game goes, double gas for Patience, expanding as Protoss when there's a Zerg and a Terran looking to pressure you. It's understandable why Patience doesn't want to do this, and he goes for the gas steal once again. uThermal, I mean, he took one heck of a beating in that last game. But we'll see how this game's going to go. Just expanding this time. But ByuN-Patience, say no. No expand. Only attack. But yeah, ByuN getting up that extra gas. We'll see if these players do decide to expand or anything like that. ByuN finding uThermal's SCV that got caught in the main base. Factory on the way. Or, yeah, factory on the way for ByuN. Command center on the way for uThermal. Now, Emerald City, I've played a bit of 2v2, guys. Like, every now and then, me and a buddy will hop on the 2v2. We'll play. Like, we'll do, like, some good grinding sessions. So I'm fairly familiar with the older 2v2 maps, which this is one of. Although I believe I had this one vetoed. Don't quote me on that. But no, yeah, Emerald City. It's one of these larger maps, as you can tell. Patience with those pings. Not sure what he's looking for, but there's uThermal's Reaper, dives on into the main base. Hellion for ByuN is going to be able to greet it, so uThermal's Reaper will be getting shut down, but it looks like he did scout that Stargate, which is a very nice find. That Reaper can really die as long as it confirms the Stargate. It sees the add-on going up there. Now Laser beaconing here as the Adept for Patience is testing the waters, teasing these players. But no, the theme of this series seems to be that ByuN and Patience are liking to go for the heavy aggression, whereas uThermal-Elazer are wanting to macro up a little bit more. Two Adepts are shading on in for Patience now. Elazer, he's got his Lings out. There's going to be Queen, some Marines. Is Patience going to shade? He actually does. This seems rather risky to do. I know that you have the two Adepts when you're just doing like a Stargate opening. But in 2v2 it seems kind of risky, but he's going to trade out with some Lings. But his Shades are actually trying to make it into the main base, so Patience just really committing on in here, but this is actually going really well for him. He's trading out with these Marines. Gonna pick off another one. He's killed off a lot of Lings. What has died this game? 6 Lings. Oh my god, the Oracle's actually flying on in here too. Oh, get that unit's lost off the screen, but no, the Adept's not able to get it done, unfortunately. So that seemed like a very nice attack, but in the end it does get shut down. What died though? 2 Adepts, 6 Lings, 3 Marines, a Reaper, and an SCV. I'd say that was all pretty good for ByuN-Patience. Now, we'll see what else, because they do have to get some damage done because they are the players expanding later. Oracle's going to fly on in for Patience. May set its sights on this Queen and is likely going to be able to kill her, as that's Spore Crawler not done in time. Laser, good save on that. Oh, actually going to lose that Oracle though for Patience. That's a pretty big loss. Now, ByuN's got a Banshee flying in. uThermal has learned his lesson though. He has got up a missile turret. This Banshee with its cloak is at least going to be able to force out a scan, I imagine, as it took a fair bit of a beating. It managed to kill off a couple of SCVs, but there we go, that scan, that Banshee immediately gets popped off, and a Laser actually counter-attacking here into ByuN's base. Ling's going every which direction. There are units out for ByuN, but some workers are going to go down here. Mining going to be disrupted. The Laser will lose most of those Lings though, so that's a nice bit of damage. Patience and ByuN making sure to wall this off though. Getting a Adept in that wall now, so they should be safe. And ByuN's macroing up, getting up Stimpack, whereas Patience getting up Resonating Glaives. So it looks like we're likely going to be seeing a move out from ByuN-Patience in around 2 minutes here. ByuN with Stim most likely, Patience with a whack-load of Adepts if I had to guess. Either that or it's just going to be plain harassment. But oh, look at this, the Raven giving vision for the Queens. But the Cyclone, of course, also going to kill it off. Oracle says, no, I'll help you, but he doesn't manage to, so Patience's Oracles have not got too much done this game. I mean, of course, they did help deal with that Ling counter harassment, but Elazer and uThermal, they were the ones who were setting their sights on macroing up, and that seems to be going a lot better for them. ByuN and Patience are going to be going for a 2-base attack here, it looks like, though, but as I was thinking, maybe like Mass Adepts, we're seeing a Robo go up, which is definitely interesting. Hellion gonna run on in here for ByuN, I guess just wanting to scout on out what's out there, but that tank shuts that down. Doesn't even confirm the 3rd CC, I believe. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot it's weird. I have to be careful when bouncing between the vision there. Oracle gets on in, gets, I believe, a drone or 2, maybe. But no, so far, things are going pretty well for the red team, for the Team Foreigner. Elazer even taking the gold base. Greedy Zerg going up to a 4th base at the 6-minute mark. That's actually really greedy, particularly for a 1v1, but I guess he feels comfortable. Patience warping in some Adepts, though, going to be going for some harassment, but Lazer's got 11 Roaches on the way. A command center's on the way for ByuN, so he's saying, all right, I do have to expand. ByuN's going to have the faster +1, but uThermal's getting into the 1-1. uThermal has the faster 3rd. So it would be very nice for this team, but oh, did the Warp Prism go down? Yeah, it did. That's actually terrible for the blue team. Patience not having that Adept harassment. ByuN's now moving out with his Marines. He must have some Medivacs that are going to join up with this, as he is planning a push, but it's not like Patience has been warping in mass amounts of Adepts. He's been transitioning into Colossus, so ByuN's going to be looking to push, but this is going to be by himself, and Elazer has so much supply. I'm not sure ByuN's going to be able to get anything done. A Ling is running towards this location. We'll see if Patience is going to be able to clean that up. Wait, no. Okay, sentries saved themselves, but Oracle's still trying to be as big of a pain as possible. Laser pulling his units back, but he really is just macroing up. I mean, Patience, he's going into double Colossus, though, and we'll see how that's going to work on out. Ling's find a pylon. And And Elazer, got lots of lings hanging out. They are going to be found, though. ByuN's being forced to retreat, but I mean, double Colossus, like, you can never underestimate Colossus, particularly when they have +1, assuming ByuN's able to buffer. But look at this, ByuN's being chased back. uThermal and Elazer are just streaming across the map. uThermal with his tanks, Elazer with a big wad of roaches. This Colossus and tanks and ByuN's do have some heavy lifting to do, but the roaches are actually just crashing on in right into the tanks. We'll see, the Marines of ByuN are actually kind of just folding here. Colossus is putting out as much damage as it can, but Colossus are not the best versus roaches. That Colossus goes down. It didn't even have extended thermal lance yet. The Colossus is up. It's got a warp prism now to micro it as, well, this is the second Colossus. The first one's already dead. It's doing its best. Patience is microing. He's now got 2 Colossus, which are a force to be reckoned with. ByuN's coming on in, but the main issue is uThermal's tanks. ByuN loses his command center. ByuN taps out. Patience with the GG, and Elazer and uThermal manage to take it. GG, well played. As the team Foreigner moves on, or I guess one of the team Foreigner moves on. There's a few Foreigner teams in this tournament. But no, Elazer and uThermal seem to have some good synergy. Unfortunately, ByuN-Patience not moving farther in this tournament. But no, yes, thanks so much to everyone for watching these videos. If you do enjoy this type of content, if you like the 2v2, hit that like button. It'll let me know that you guys do want to see more of this. And if you're new to the channel, if you like Pro Starcraft 2, whether it be 1v1 or 2v2, make sure to subscribe, as I'm always putting out more Starcraft 2 content. You guys can just look at my uploads to see that. A lot of content on the way as well. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.